Alchemy of Souls has garnered a massive following over the last few months. The huge success of this incredible drama can be attributed to so many elements: the beautiful scenes, the astonishing writing style of the Hong sisters, the fantastic acting of the cast, the excellent directing of the director, the fantasy element, and so much more. One of the elements that glued us to our screens is the romantic moments thrown in between. That's why today, I'm going to talk about the romantic moments that made us want more in Alchemy of Souls Season 1. But first, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on your notification bell to be among the first to see our content. Despite all the fighting, magic, secrets, revenge, scheming, and soul-shifting in Alchemy of Souls, the romantic moments never failed to give us the awe-worthy moments. These few special moments left our hearts racing, our mouths carved in a and our eyes wide to capture every gesture. First, let's talk about the romantic moments of the main characters. Now, these two crossed all the T's for me. Though they are not your usual lovey-dovey couple, their connection was true and deep. What with risking their lives for each other. Through the series, they were essential to each other's growth, a source of comfort and support for one another. The first scene I'll be talking about between them would be what seemed to be their first connection. Toward the end of the first episode, Mudeok snuck into Sungrim with Jang Uk's magical key to retrieve her body. While there, a search ensued to find the intruder. Jang Uk found Mudeok and they both hid in a room to avoid being caught. There, they both looked into each other's eyes deeply. Jang Uk wasted no time in telling her about her eyes. I know this was because he could see the soul shifter's mark in her eyes, but the way they stared at each other was mesmerizing. Although the romance did not kick off in this scene, it highlighted their amazing chemistry. Remember when Mudeok poisoned Jang Uk to make the Masters of Sungrim open his energy gate? Here she made a sacrifice even though she had a selfish motivation. She was tortured for it. The scene when Jang Uk woke up and immediately started searching for her showed how important he had come to find her. How he screamed her name and held her despite still recovering from the poison she gave him, shows promises of great trust and love. Another moment was Mudeok's love letter to Jang Uk. Jang Uk was locked up in Sungrim. He was to remain there until he reads the Book of Heart. But the trick was that the book was without words and couldn't be read by just the naked eye but by a very trained mind. This caused a separation between Jang Uk and Mudeok because Jang Uk wasn't allowed to leave Sungrim and Mudeok also wasn't allowed to stay in Sungrim. Jang Uk, not being able to read the book after several trials, decides to sneak out the window to go see Mudeok. What a moment! He couldn't find Mudeok at home because she was with Seo Yo. After waiting for a long time, he gives up and decided to go back before they discover his absence. After hearing from Maidservant Kim that Jang Uk just left, Mudeok ran with all her might to catch up with him. She finds him sailing in a valley and yells with all her might. Jang Uk see her and told her that he was happy to see her, that he had thought he wouldn't be able to see her that day. Since Jang Uk couldn't her, Mudeok throws a letter to him. This was an impactful romantic scene, the emotional way they looked at each other, the letter telling him that she would apply for a servant position in Sungrim. Mudeok succeeded in entering Sungrim and Jang Uk completed his task. Jang Uk brings up the letter. When Mudeok asked him what he read from it, he said he read, "I can go any distance just to see you." And he tells her that he missed her. He told her that he admits to being poisoned and since she called herself an antidote, she should do something about his feelings for her. Even though Mudeok denied the letter's meaning, we could see they were gradually acknowledging their feelings for each other. I think the letter was a subconscious confession. Mudeok was still far from proclaiming her feelings for Jang Uk, though she then recognized it for what it is. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, the first kiss. This happened in episode 14 when Mudeok became jealous after seeing Go Yoon Jung and Jang Uk having a good time together. To appease her, Jang Uk surprises her with a kiss and teases her about being possessive at times. This made Mudeok blush and run away. But she made sure to show him the jade she recovered, thereby showing her love too. At this moment, Jang Uk finally admitted and showed his love for his master Mudeok. But Mudeok was still in denial and hesitant, even though her actions proved otherwise. She entered that dam of water just to find the jade Jang Uk had given her, which was thrown in there by the jealous prince, after declaring that she didn't need it. And then, the kiss that had our toes curling with glee. This romantic moment happened in episode 17. Before this scene, Mudeok had regained her powers because of the ice stone they were trapped inside. She gleefully plans on stealing it and becoming anyone she wanted to be. The catch is that could kill all of those trapped inside the ice stone, Jang Uk included. She sets out to say her final goodbye, but Jang Uk interrupts her by asking her not to leave him if she gets her powers back. Mudeok was surprised how he could say that without any form of embarrassment. This scene showed how brave Jang Uk had become in expressing himself after reading the Book of Hearts. Then the moment Mudeok learned that Jang Uk was trapped in a secret room with Master Kong, who was a vengeful soul shifter. She immediately ran to the room despite efforts to stop her. On getting to the room, she couldn't see Jang Uk and therefore concluded that he was killed by Master Kong. This made her spitting mad. She grabs her sword, unleashes Naksu, and has a show-off with Master Kong. She ended up killing his soul-shifting backside. She started weeping, thinking she had lost Jang Uk when he walked in and asked her why she hid that she had regained her powers. She answered that she wanted him dead. Then he asked her if she came for him. And she replied that she did because she thought he would die. He then asked her to fulfill her promise that she would use her sword first on him if she chose to weigh it again as Naksu, so she did. She pointed the sword at him for some heartbeats and then lowered it and asked him to make her another promise, which he did by kissing her. They kissed and kissed and kissed, cementing their love for each other. In this scene, Mudeok chose Jang Uk over her desire for revenge and power. She gave up the ice stone for him. This very scene gives me the butterflies in the stomach effect. The final romantic moment would be when Mudeok drunkenly kissed Jang Uk a night before the whole chaos occurred. Mudeok had some drinks with Maidservant Kim and they both became drunk. This made Jang Uk carry the drunk Mudeok to her room to sleep it off, but she grabbed him as he was about to leave and kissed him. This surprised Jang Uk, but he couldn't do anything about it because she was drunk. Enough of our favorite main leads. Another romantic moment that grabbed our hearts was the one between Park Jin, Maidservant Kim, and Master Lee. Park Jin had always loved Maidservant Kim but was always off with his expressions. He's so oblivious to the fact that she cared for him too, and this stresses Maidservant Kim to no end. Everyone around them knew Maidservant Kim loved him but him. They've had each other's backs all these years, feelings were bound to grow. Park Jin knew he had to do something when Master Lee entered the picture but was too insecure to act. He even had to buy loads of flowers for her after discovering that Master Lee had gotten flowers for her. One of their funny romantic moments was when Park Jin promised to buy Maidservant Kim the house she dreams of living in with her husband. Park Jin thought that Master Lee must be the suitor Maidservant Kim was envisioning a relationship with. Maidservant Kim then blunts out that it was him. That she was in love with him. This made Park Jin realize how blind he had been. Then our gentleman Master Lee. Despite practicing chastity for years, Master Lee feels hard for Maidservant Kim. Being a typical gentleman, he woos her with gifts. He gave her flowers and even brought them back to life when they died. Other endearing romantic moments were between Jung Cho Yeon and Park Dang-gu. These two's moments were sweet and light. Gang-gu had always loved Cho Yeon but kept mute because of her love for Jang Uk. When the engagement fell through, he grabbed the opportunity with both hands. From planning to see a play together, to buying flowers together, and let's not forget how he protected her from her mother. The Romeo and Juliet of Jin and Park families. They were truly made for each other. And last but not least were the moments between young Seo Yeol and young Naksu. Seo Yeol walking miles just to see the girl that lives at the edge, was nothing but love. That's it for Alchemy of Souls romantic moments. Which moments endeared them to you? Which is your favorite romantic moment in the series? Let me know in the comment. If you liked this video, like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for all things K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.